In a world filled with constant noise, silence has become a rare and powerful tool for focus. Distractions come from everywhere: social media notifications, endless conversations, unsolicited advice, and the overwhelming demand for attention. The ability to embrace silence is not just about avoiding noise. It is about creating a mental space where deep concentration and meaningful work can thrive. Those who understand the power of silence learn to filter out unnecessary distractions and direct their energy toward what truly matters. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with productivity is the overwhelming amount of external input they receive daily. The more noise they allow into their lives, the harder it becomes to focus on their goals. Every conversation, every notification, and every interruption takes away mental energy that could be used for progress. Silence acts as a shield, blocking out the unnecessary so that the mind can operate with clarity. It allows people to regain control over their attention and prevents them from being pulled in multiple directions at once. Individuals learn to work in silence. They develop a stronger sense of discipline. They stop seeking validation or external approval and instead focus on internal growth. Many people talk about their plans before they have even begun working on them, seeking recognition before results. This habit often leads to distractions, as opinions and outside voices dilute their original intent. Keeping quiet about personal goals allows one to work without interference, avoiding the pressure that comes from unwanted expectations, enhances problem-solving abilities. When the mind is free from distractions, it has the capacity to think deeply and creatively. Many of the greatest breakthroughs in history happen in moments of solitude, where thinkers and innovators had the mental space to explore ideas without interruption. Noise and constant interaction can cloud judgment, making it difficult to see solutions clearly. By embracing silence, individuals give themselves the opportunity to process information more effectively and make better decisions. Important aspect of silence is its ability to reduce stress and mental clutter. The modern world conditions people to believe they must always be connected, always responding, always engaged. This leads to exhaustion and decreased efficiency. Taking a step back and working in silence provides a reset for the mind, helping to eliminate unnecessary worry and allowing for greater focus. The less noise there is, the easier it becomes to stay present and engaged in meaningful work, come disguised as productivity. People believe that attending every meeting, responding to every message, and constantly engaging with others makes them more effective. In reality, this scattered approach reduces deep work. Silence creates an environment where concentration is uninterrupted and tasks can be completed with higher quality and efficiency. Those who understand this principle make deliberate choices about how they spend their time and energy, prioritizing depth over busyness. Another advantage of silence is that it strengthens self-awareness. When external distractions are removed, individuals can better understand their own thoughts, emotions, and motivations. This self-awareness leads to better decision-making and a clearer sense of purpose. Without the noise of outside influences, people can focus on what they truly want rather than what the world expects of them. Silence provides the space for reflection, helping individuals align their actions with their long-term vision. Keeping distractions away, silence becomes a secret weapon for those who seek true success. It allows for deep focus, better decision-making, and an escape from the chaos of the modern world. Those who embrace it find themselves achieving more, thinking more clearly, and operating at a higher level than those who are constantly surrounded by noise. The world is filled with people who have big dreams, ambitious plans, and great intentions. However, intentions alone do not earn respect. Results do. While it is easy to talk about goals and ideas, what truly matters is execution. People judge based on outcomes, not promises. Someone may have the best intentions to start a business, get in shape, or write a book, but if they never follow through, their words carry no weight. It is only when those intentions translate into visible progress and tangible achievements that respect is earned. Intentions are internal, but results are external. Others cannot see the thoughts, hopes, or desires that exist within a person. They can only observe actions and outcomes. A person who constantly talks about making a change but never takes action is eventually ignored. Meanwhile, those who quietly work toward their goals and produce results gain credibility. Society rewards those who can turn ideas into reality, not those who simply dream about what could be. Create trust. In both personal and professional settings, people rely on those who can deliver, not those who just make promises. A leader who consistently produces results earns the confidence of their team, while one who only speaks in hypotheticals loses credibility. A business that meets deadlines and fulfills its commitments builds a strong reputation, while one that only offers excuses will struggle to survive. Trust is not built on intentions. It is built on consistent follow-through and real-world achievements. Often be misleading. Many people believe that because they have good intentions, others should automatically recognize their potential. However, the world does not work that way. Someone may intend to be kind, hardworking, or successful, but if their actions do not reflect those qualities, their intentions become meaningless. People do not judge others based on what they meant to do. They judge based on what was actually done. It is not enough to mean well. One must act well. Results matter more than intentions. Is that effort without impact holds little value. Hard work is important, but if it does not lead to meaningful progress, it does not earn respect. A person may spend hours planning, researching, or preparing, but if there is no execution, their work remains theoretical. Effort only matters when it produces something concrete. The most respected individuals are those who can show the fruits of their labor rather than just talk about how hard they are working. Differentiate those who take responsibility from those who make excuses. It is easy to blame circumstances, timing, or other people when intentions do not lead to success. However, those who truly earn respect do not dwell on excuses. They adapt, problem solve, and find ways to get things done despite obstacles. The ability to deliver results regardless of challenges is what separates high achievers from those who merely have good intentions. Results extends beyond personal reputation. It influences opportunities. People who consistently produce results are given more chances, greater responsibilities, and better opportunities. Employers hire based on past accomplishments, not future promises. Investors fund businesses with proven track records, not just ideas. Even in friendships and relationships, people gravitate toward those who show reliability through action, not just words. The ability to turn intentions into results opens doors that remain closed to those who only talk. Shape the direction of one's journey. Results determine how far one will go. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stagnant is not their level of ambition, but their ability to translate ambition into measurable success. Those who understand this principle focus less on explaining what they plan to do and more on doing it. Words can be debated, opinions can be challenged, and promises can be doubted, but success is undeniable. When someone achieves something great, it silences critics, eliminates doubt, and speaks louder than any argument ever could. Success does not require justification or explanation. It is proof in itself. No matter how much resistance, skepticism, or negativity one faces, nothing is more powerful than results. The greatest response to doubt, criticism, or disbelief is simply to succeed. People in these moments, many feel the need to defend themselves with words, trying to convince others of their potential. However, arguments rarely change minds, and explanations often fall on deaf ears. Instead of wasting energy on proving themselves verbally, successful individuals let their achievements do the talking. There is no need to explain ability when results are visible. Success forces respect. Those who may have once doubted or dismissed someone cannot ignore their accomplishments. When results are undeniable, even the harshest critics must acknowledge them. A person who once struggled but rises to the top earns the recognition that words alone could never bring. Many of the most successful people in history were once overlooked or doubted, but they chose to focus on their work instead of seeking approval. In the end, their achievements became the ultimate response. One of the greatest advantages of using success as a response is that it eliminates unnecessary confrontation. Engaging in arguments or trying to prove oneself through words often leads to wasted time and energy. Instead of seeking validation, high achievers focus entirely on progress. They channel their frustration, anger, or disappointment into work, ensuring that their actions speak louder than words. The effort that could have been spent on proving a point is instead invested in building a future that makes the point undeniable. Success does not just silence critics, it inspires others. When people see someone rise above challenges and accomplish great things, it sets an example of what is possible. Instead of getting caught up in negativity, those who stay focused on their goals create a ripple effect that motivates others to do the same. They show that the best way to deal with doubt is not through argument, but through achievement. There will always be those who doubt, criticize, or try to bring others down. This is an unavoidable part of life. However, the most powerful response is to continue moving forward, unaffected by negativity. When someone stays committed to their journey and consistently produces results, their success becomes undeniable. Over time, even those who once doubted them are forced to acknowledge the truth. Success is real, and it cannot be ignored. When a person proves to themselves that they can achieve their goals, they no longer need approval from others. Their results become their validation, and their progress reinforces their belief in their abilities. This self-assurance creates an unstoppable momentum, allowing them to rise even higher. Those who once sought reassurance from others now find it in their own accomplishments. Respond with success, individuals take control of their narrative. They no longer feel the need to argue, convince, or defend themselves. Instead, they allow their achievements to do the work for them. And in the end, nothing is more powerful than results that cannot be denied. In every workplace or competitive environment, there are always individuals who make it a point to showcase how much effort they are putting in. They speak loudly about their workload, highlight their long hours, and frequently remind others of their contributions. While this might create the impression of dedication, it rarely translates into real success. True success is built on consistency, focus, and execution, qualities that do not require an audience. The people who achieve the most are often the ones who remain quietly committed to their craft, letting their results speak for themselves. Loud workers tend to focus on external validation. Their motivation is often tied to how others perceive them rather than the actual progress they make. This creates a reliance on recognition rather than a deep-rooted commitment to mastery. When someone constantly seeks approval, they risk spending more time performing effort rather than genuinely improving their skills or solving real problems. On the other hand, those who work in silence develop internal discipline. They push forward not because they need applause, but because they are driven by a bigger purpose that goes beyond mere acknowledgement. Loud workers use noise as a distraction. Instead of refining their craft or optimizing their work, they invest energy in making sure people notice them. This can lead to inefficiencies and wasted effort, as their primary concern becomes looking busy rather than being productive. Meanwhile, the quiet worker is fully immersed in the process, making incremental improvements that compound over time. These small, consistent gains lead to massive breakthroughs, while the loud worker often finds themselves stuck in a cycle of superficial effort without substantial progress. Modern business landscapes are filled with examples of this contrast. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs, scientists, and artists worked in obscurity for years before their achievements became known. They did not announce every step of their journey. They focused on refining their ideas, testing their strategies, and learning from failures. In contrast, those who spend too much time promoting their unfinished work or talking about their potential often fade away without leaving a lasting impact. The difference lies in action versus attention. The former builds real success, while the latter only creates temporary recognition. Key reason why the quiet worker surpasses the loud one is the ability to maintain momentum. Loud workers often burn out because their motivation is fueled by external factors. When applause fades or recognition slows down, so does their effort. But the quiet worker, whose drive is internal, keeps going regardless of who is watching. Their discipline becomes a habit, and over time, their persistence pays off. They understand that real success is a marathon, not a sprint, and they are willing to put in the work long after the excitement has worn off. May also struggle with adaptability. Because they are so focused on perception, they often resist feedback or constructive criticism. They become defensive when their results don't match their claims, which prevents them from learning and improving. On the other hand, quiet workers are more open to growth. They don't feel the need to prove themselves at every moment, so they can take setbacks in stride, adjust their approach, and come back stronger. This ability to evolve ultimately makes them more successful in the long run. In professional settings, managers and leaders quickly recognize the difference between genuine effort and performative hard work. While a loud worker might temporarily impress with their enthusiasm and self-promotion, sustainable success is measured by tangible outcomes. The quiet worker, who consistently delivers results without unnecessary fanfare, becomes the one who is trusted with greater responsibility. Their reliability and ability to execute make them indispensable, while those who rely on noise alone often find themselves overlooked when it truly matters. Principle is the idea that success is earned, not declared. The most accomplished individuals do not waste time telling the world how hard they are working. They invest that time into the work itself. Over time, their quiet persistence builds something undeniable, results that speak louder than words. Motivation is often seen as the driving force behind success, but in reality, it is unreliable and fleeting. It comes in waves, surging in moments of inspiration, but disappearing just as quickly when challenges arise. Many people start their journey towards success feeling highly motivated, yet they struggle to maintain consistency when that initial excitement fades. This is where discipline makes the difference. Unlike motivation, which is based on emotions and external factors, discipline is built on habit, structure, and commitment. It ensures that progress continues even when enthusiasm is absent. Stability in a world full of distractions. When relying on motivation alone, it is easy to get derailed by setbacks, fatigue, or changing circumstances. A disciplined individual, however, operates on a system. They do not wait until they feel like working. They work because it is part of their routine. This level of consistency compounds over time, leading to significant progress, even in the absence of motivation. The people who achieve mastery in any field are those who put in the effort every single day, regardless of how they feel in the moment. The human mind craves comfort, which is why motivation can be deceptive. It gives the illusion that success is driven by passion and inspiration, but in reality, success comes from showing up and doing the hard work repeatedly. Discipline overrides the mind's tendency to seek shortcuts. It eliminates the negotiation process of whether to work or not because the choice has already been made in advance. This is why athletes train even on days when they feel exhausted, and why writers continue writing even when inspiration is lacking. Many people mistakenly believe they need motivation before they can take action, but the truth is the opposite. Action creates motivation. When someone commits to a disciplined routine, they build momentum. Small wins create a sense of progress, which in turn fuels motivation. However, relying on motivation first often leads to inconsistency, as it is impossible to feel inspired all the time. The most successful individuals understand that the key is to start even when they do not feel like it, because action itself generates the motivation to continue, plays a crucial role in overcoming obstacles. When motivation fades, people tend to give up or look for an easier path. But those who are disciplined keep pushing forward, adapting to setbacks and learning from failures. They understand that progress is not always linear and that success is built on perseverance. Discipline removes the emotional attachment to temporary setbacks, allowing individuals to focus on long-term growth instead of short-term discomfort. Discipline is more powerful than motivation is that it turns effort into an automatic process. When a habit is ingrained through discipline, it no longer requires conscious effort to continue. This is why successful individuals seem unstoppable. They have trained themselves to keep going, regardless of external circumstances. Their ability to stay consistent is not dependent on how they feel on a particular day, but on the systems they have put in place. Provide the spark to start, it is discipline that carries people through the toughest moments. Those who succeed are not the ones who always feel inspired, but the ones who have trained themselves to keep going even when inspiration is absent. Over time, disciplined individuals separate themselves from the rest because they have built a foundation that does not crumble when motivation disappears. Discipline over motivation, individuals take control of their progress. They no longer wait for the perfect moment or the right feeling to take action. Instead, they build habits that sustain them in the long run. This approach leads to real, lasting success where effort is consistent and results are inevitable.